up, everybody? JT Dangerously. Once again, I am back for my Survivor Series 2017 predictions. Now, Survivor Series is the next WWE pay-per-view, and it is this Sunday, live on the WWE Network from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Now, at last year's Survivor Series, it was all about fantasy warfare. This year's Survivor Series is all about brand supremacy, featuring SmackDown Live versus Monday Night Raw. And this card is jam-packed of SmackDown versus Raw matchups. We got 8 solid matches with only one title being defended at this year's Survivor Series, and we have the Survivor Series Classic Tag Team Elimination matchup. So I cannot wait to do these predictions. One of my favorite pay-per-views in the month of November, and I hope you guys do enjoy this. Now, our record coming into this year's Survivor Series after our last WWE pay-per-view, which was last month at TLC, we went 7-1. So our overall record coming into this card is 66-41-1. So we're coming in hot. We haven't had a losing record since SummerSlam. We're on a 3 pay-per-view winning streak when it comes to WWE pay-per-views this year. This is the second best record in our wrestling predictions on this channel. Of course, being number 1, New Japan Pro Wrestling, then Ring of Honor, then NXT. So hopefully in this video, we're on a 3 pay-per-view winning streak. Hopefully, we're gonna make it 4. Hopefully. Now, before I begin, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching all the videos up until this point. Thank you guys for watching all the videos in the month of November. I know this has been a very interesting November on the channel with how I'm putting up my videos, not every Monday, but sometimes on Tuesday. So again, thank you guys for having the time to watch all of these videos in the month of November. Now, this is the second of 5 videos that will be up on the channel this week. There will be 3 videos up today, 2 videos up tomorrow. So if you have not checked out my NXT TakeOver War Games 2017 predictions, definitely go check that out if you have not. And then after this video, I'll have my New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League 2017 predictions, which is the next New Japan Pro Wrestling tournament, just like the G1, but it's all about the tag team heavyweight division. So I'll have my full predictions of that right after this video. Then we go into Tuesday, I'll have my Week 12 college football predictions. I know you college football fans will be ready to see that. And to finish up my 5-video week, I'll have my Week 11 NFL predictions. So remember, 3 videos today, 2 videos tomorrow. So hopefully you guys will be able to watch all 5 videos. Now, we are at 250 plus subscribers on the channel, so I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. To new subscribers, thank you guys for super kicking that subscribe button, and welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. It's absolutely great to have you guys here. And to my longtime subscribers, thank you guys for sticking around, supporting the channel, and as always, killing it. Now, this is your first time watching my channel as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I am JT Dangerously, and welcome to the club, because this club is Whoop, whoop. Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into these predictions. Now, if they do add any other matches to this card on Monday or Tuesday on Raw or SmackDown Live, I'll have them in the comment section down below, but I'm going to do the 8 matches that are already confirmed. Now, let's start off with the first matchup. It is a champion versus champion, SmackDown versus Raw matchup featuring the mid-card champions. Starting off with the reigning Raw Intercontinental Champion, accompanied by The Miz Taraj. He is the A-lister, The Miz, versus the winner of Tuesday night's United States Championship matchup featuring the reigning champion Baron Corbin defending against Sin Cara. I'll just make a wild guess. I'm taking Baron Corbin to retain. So it's going to be Corbin and The Miz. Now, coming from me, this is the battle of the weakest mid-card champions in WWE right now. Starting off with The Miz on Raw. Ever since he's won the title, he hasn't really defended it against anybody relevant. He's faced guys like Matt Hardy, or he just hasn't faced anybody legitimately good. I mean, until he faces guys like Samoa Joe for this belt or Braun Strowman, he is maybe the weakest Intercontinental Champion right now on Monday Night Raw. Then on the other side, you have Baron Corbin, who won the title in a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell in October, but really hasn't defended the title other than on Tuesday. So this is his. He did beat AJ Styles the night after Hell in a Cell for the U.S. title, and that was maybe the only clean victory he's had, and he's just been dealing with Sin Cara of all people. Now, the only thing I can say good about Baron Corbin is his theme music. Now, if you've heard his theme music, it's actually pretty good, and maybe that's the only thing I can say good about Baron Corbin. Other than that, I can talk about his hair. Wish he had, but that's the only thing I can say good about Baron Corbin is his theme music. So coming from me in this SmackDown vs. Raw champion versus champion matchup, Man, this one's tough because I can see the Miz getting involved. That can definitely give Miz the advantage, but Miz hasn't won a big-time match to save his life. I mean, yeah, he took the L at TLC, so you know he ain't going to win here. So I'm going to take Baron Corbin to defeat the Miz. And now the next matchup, another champion versus champion, SmackDown versus Raw match. It is all about the women's champions. Starting off with Monday Night Raw, she is the reigning Raw Women's Champion. She is the goddess of WWE, and she is Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, versus the winner of Tuesday night's SmackDown Women's Championship matchup featuring the reigning champion Natalya defending against Charlotte Flair. So I'm going to take a wild guess. I can see Charlotte Flair winning. So it's going to be Alexa versus Charlotte. Maybe. So this one's a very interesting matchup. This is I didn't expect the women's title on SmackDown to change hands before the pay-per-view, so that made it a little bit easier to make this prediction. I'm happy whoever wins the championship, either Charlotte or Natalya, and whoever loses will be the 5th member of the SmackDown women's team against Team Raw. So coming from me in this matchup, this one's tough because, again, Alexa Bliss has been pretty dominant as the Raw Women's Champion, but her time is dwindling very closely to losing that belt to the undefeated Asuka and at the next WWE pay-per-view, which will be the Rumble for Raw. I'm going to take Alexa Bliss to defeat whoever wins the SmackDown Women's Championship on Tuesday. And now the next matchup. It's the only title being defended this year at Survivor Series. It is for the Raw Cruiserweight Championship, featuring the former Cruiserweight Champion looking to regain the gold. He is Kalisto versus the reigning and defending Raw Cruiserweight Champion. He's the realest champ in the room, and he is the gift of gab, Enzo Amore. Now, this is a rematch from TLC in which Enzo Amore used the oldie but goodie thumb in the eye and roll him up to defeat Kalisto and win his 2nd Cruiserweight Championship. Now, Kalisto invoked his rematch clause against Enzo Amore at 205 Live, in which Enzo Amore got himself disqualified and retained the belt. So this is the 4th matchup between these two, and coming from me, this has got to be the last matchup because, again, Kalisto winning the belt was a good moment, but it was just because Neville left the company, and he's going to do a lot better out of the WWE coming from me because he's talented. He can go to Ring of Honor or New Japan. But they only gave Kalisto the title in that Lumberjack matches because of 1, Neville left, and 2, it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday, and they thought giving it to a guy like Kalisto, it would make more sense. And then he lost the belt at TLC with a roll-up and a poke in the eye, so he's looking to get back on track. And then on the other side, you have Enzo Amore, who once again is the Cruiserweight Champion. Again, you may not like him, but he's putting 205 Live on the map, and now with the UK stars coming to 205 Live, like Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, it makes even more matches that could happen. So coming from me in this matchup, and hopefully this will be the last time Kalisto gets a shot at this belt, this is my BAM pick because I can see Enzo winning by any means, taking the disqualification or count-out loss to retain his title. So coming from me, I am taking Enzo Amore to retain his Cruiserweight title by any means and defeat Kalisto. And now the next matchup, a champion versus champion, SmackDown versus Raw match, and it's all about the tag team champions. Starting off with the new and reigning Raw tag team champions, the Swiss Superman Cesaro and the Celtic Warrior Sheamus, better known as The Bar, versus SmackDown's reigning tag team champions 5 times over, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Now, this match was supposed to be the Shield versus the Usos, a match of the night. Could have been, but after a few weeks ago on Raw in Manchester, the tag team division on Raw changed after a near invasion or Under Siege 2 by SmackDown Live, in which the Bar took advantage and beat the Shield to become once again Raw tag team champions. Then on the other side, you have the Usos, who are coming off a count-out victory over Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable on a few weeks ago on SmackDown to retain their gold. The biggest question is the injury to one of the Usos. I heard that his knee was hurt, but he has been wrestling in live events. But the Usos have been on. They have put the SmackDown Tag Team division on lock since they regained the gold at Hell in a Cell against the New Day. So coming from me in this SmackDown versus Raw champion versus champion matchup, this one's going to be really good. This one, again, a lot of people wanted the Shield against the Usos, but the Bar against the Usos looks to be another interesting matchup. So coming from me, I'm going to take the Usos because of their being a veteran tag team, and they've beaten some talented tag teams like the Bar. I'm going to take the Usos to defeat the Bar. And now the next matchup, a SmackDown vs. Raw 6-man tag team dream match featuring the former 4-time tag team champions representing SmackDown Live. They are Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E Langston, The New Day, versus Raw's greatest 6-man tag team. They are the former Raw tag team champions, the Architect Seth Rollins, the Lunatic Friends Dean Ambrose, and returning after his illness he's been going through in his first pay-per-view since TLC, the Big Dog himself. Roman Reigns. Now, this whole match came to be, after the Shield lost the tag team titles. They blamed the New Day. They blamed the energetic New Day by screwing them out of the Raw tag team titles, costing them a shot to face the Usos on this card. So with Roman Reigns coming back on Monday, he said that we're gonna take war to the New Day, and we're gonna show them that you don't mess with my brothers, the Shield. You don't cost them the belts. And with Roman Reigns returning, my prediction is still gonna. Hopefully, my prediction will still come true on this channel. I have said multiple times on my channel that Roman Reigns will win the 2018 Royal Rumble this year in Philadelphia, go on to WrestleMania, and defeat Brock Lesnar for the Universal title and become the new face of this company, whether we like it or not. So I'm happy Roman Reigns is back. I think the SmackDown, the Raw team, again, the men's Raw team definitely needed Roman Reigns, but it looks like the Shield is gonna need them to face SmackDown's best 6-man team. So coming from me in this 6-man tag team matchup, again, it's SmackDown's best 3-man team against Raw's 3-man team, and this is a dream match. We may have not got the Shield against the Usos, but we're getting the New Day versus the Shield. So coming from me, I am taking the Shield to exact their revenge and defeat the New Day. And now the next matchup. It is the first of 2 Survivor Series tag team elimination matchups. Starting off with the women's team. Starting off with Team Raw being captained by, she is crazy like a fox, Alicia Fox. And her team consisting of the former Raw Women's Champion Sasha Banks, the returning and powerful Nia Jax, the undisputed Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, and the winner of the triple threat match on Raw featuring Dana Brooke, Mickie James, and Bayley. Versus the SmackDown Women's team captained by the first SmackDown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, and her team consisting of, accompanied by James Ellsworth, she is Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella. She is the former SmackDown Women's Champion, Naomi, accompanied by the ravishing Russian Lana, Tamina. And the final member of this team will be determined on Tuesday in the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, starting off with Team Foxy, this is a very interesting team with Captain Alicia Fox, who defeated Bayley and Sasha Banks to become the captain of Team Raw. They're looking to go 2-0 against the SmackDown Women's team after last year's Survivor Series, with the the Raw team being led by Charlotte. So they went from Charlotte last year to Foxy this year. So it's a complete 360. Now, people to look out for Team Fox on this team. Nia Jax coming back after her leaving the company for a couple weeks because of not getting the opportunity she deserves, because The Rock told her, hey, if you're not happy, walk out. But she has returned, and that was maybe Alicia Fox's biggest move by adding Nia Jax. And I say Nia Jax is going to be a handful for every member of the SmackDown Live women's team. The other person to look out for, and I think will win this will have a defining impact, will be Asuka, because she's coming in undefeated. She has not been pinned. She has not been submitted in since 2015. Yes, she has beaten some local talents, but that's the way to build her up as a monster, like a undisputed woman. And Asuka, coming from me, is the best move that they ever did, because I don't see anybody on that SmackDown Live roster that can stop Asuka. Then on the other side, you have Team Becky. Few people to look out for. I would say Becky Lynch. I mean, she's captain. She was the first SmackDown Women's Champion. She was the first draft pick for SmackDown in the WWE draft. So she's got a huge responsibility for the SmackDown women to end this 1-year losing streak against the Raw women. Now, people to look out for, of course, Becky. I would say Naomi, and then whoever loses the SmackDown Women's Championship on Tuesday between Charlotte and Natalya. So, coming from me in this first tag team elimination match featuring the women of SmackDown Live versus Monday Night Raw, I'm going to go with Team Foxy, because as soon as they added Asuka to this team, you knew it was over. Because they're not going to have Asuka lose her first match in a tag team match. That's not going to happen. So coming from me in this Survivor Series tag team elimination match, I am taking the Team Foxy to defeat Team Becky. And now the second Survivor Series tag team elimination match, and it's all about the men. It is Team Angle versus Team Shane O'Mac. Now starting off, and now with the biggest stipulation to this match, if Team Angle does not win this match, effective immediately per order of Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle will be fired as general manager. So it's a huge must win for Monday Night Raw. Now starting off with Team Raw, starting off with their captain. He is the former Olympic gold medalist. He also made his debut at this pay-per-view in 1999 against Shawn Stasiak with hair. He is the general manager of Raw, and he's fighting for his general managership. He is Kurt Angle, and his team consisting of the first ever Universal Champion and the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight NXT World Champion Finn Balor, and his tag team and the team. And next, he is the former TNA World Champion. He is the former Ring of Honor World Champion. He's a former 2-time NXT World Champion. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And now the next member of this team, he made his return a few weeks ago on Raw, coming back from the dead, from the dumpster, a la the Shredder in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. If you know who he is, you know who I'm talking about. It's Strowman! And the last member of Team Angle is Kurt Angle's son, Jason Jordan. And now on the other side, you have Team Shane O'Mac, of course, being captained by the SmackDown Live commissioner who started this whole Under Siege thing against Monday Night Raw. He is Shane McMahon, and his team consisting of the most successful wrestler in this tag team elimination match, one of the sole survivors of last year's SmackDown vs. Raw tag team elimination match. He is the former WWE and World Champion Randy Orton. Next, he is the former NXT World Champion. He is a former IWGP Heavyweight Champion and Intercontinental Champion. He is the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. Next, he is the former NXT World Champion. He is the former TNA World Champion. He is the it factor of professional wrestling, and he's going to make this SmackDown team glorious. He is the glorious one, Bobby Roode. And the fifth member of Team SmackDown Live, he is making his return to pay-per-view after his last pay-per-view, which was No Mercy in September. He is the former 16-time world champion. He is John Cena. Rapido, poopy pants. Now, starting off with Team Raw, you got some very interesting characters with Kurt Angle being the captain. You have Kurt Angle's son, Jason Jordan. You have two former NXT World Champions, two rivals who have fought on NXT pay-per-views with Joe and Balor, and then you have the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Now, guys to look out for Team Angle, I would say it's of course Kurt Angle. His second match since he returned to the ring at last year's TLC in that 5-on-3 TLC match. He's fighting for his job. Again, Stephanie McMahon is all about not losing. She's all about destruction, and she's all about getting the results. And Kurt Angle definitely has to prove to Stephanie McMahon that he is a fighting general manager, and he will fight for his job. Now, next guy I can see being a standout is Samoa Joe. This is his first pay-per-view since SummerSlam. He's been injured. He's been taking time off, getting his knees back in together. Now he's at 100%, and 100% Joe is a dangerous Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe. So I'd say Joe is the next guy. Next guy to look out for is the monster among men, Braun Strowman. I don't see anybody on this SmackDown roster that can go toe-to-toe with Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman has been the hottest thing on Monday Night Raw, and coming from me, I can see Kane getting involved, costing Braun Strowman that match so we can have this monster among men against the Devil's favorite son, Kane, and maybe the Rumble. So Braun Strowman will be the next guy to look out for. Then on the other side, you have Team Shane O'Mac, who is looking to go 2 years in a row against Monday Night Raw. Of course, last year at Survivor Series, the team SmackDown defeated Team Raw in the Survivor Series Tag Team Elimination match. So they're looking to go 2 years in a row against Raw. Now, guys to look out for, Randy Orton, who has won this match multiple times. He started in 03, he won in 03, won in 04, won in 05. He has won these matches multiple times. So coming from me, Randy Orton is their ace in the hole. Now, guys to look out for that can surprise some people, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I don't see, some like Bobby Roode and Nakamura against guys like Finn Balor and Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman and Kurt Angle could be just dream matches that we haven't seen in a long time. Excuse me, but we're gonna see them. So coming from me in this matchup with Team Raw versus Team Shane, I think an outside factor is gonna predict this outcome. I'm thinking with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens not being on Team SmackDown, they're gonna cost Team SmackDown this victory because they've had this bidding rivalry with Shane McMahon after Hell in a Cell, in which Sami Zayn helped his best friend Kevin Owens defeat Shane McMahon in that Hell in a Cell match. So coming from me in this matchup, with the interference of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I'm predicting Team Angle to defeat Team Shane O'Mac. And now the main event, a champion versus champion, SmackDown versus Raw match, and it's all about their world champion. Starting off with Raw's reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion, the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, versus the reigning and brand new two-time WWE Champion representing SmackDown Live. If you know his music in TNA, you know who I'm talking about. I am. Get ready to fly. He is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Now, this match was originally going to be Brock Lesnar facing Jinder Mahal, but the gods of wrestling changed that real quick. Now, starting off with Brock Lesnar, him being the reigning Universal Champion, he has gone through everybody with multiple suplex cities and just one F5. And I think the whole plan for WWE is to have Brock Lesnar defeat everybody with one F5 until we get to WrestleMania 34, in which it will take more than one F5 to defeat the next Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Now, again, the whole build-up was for Mahal, but now it's all about the phenomenal one. It's the Beast versus the phenomenal one, and this is going to be a fantastic main event. Then on the other side, you have AJ Styles, who last week on SmackDown became the now two-time WWE Champion by defeating Jinder Mahal in Manchester, England, making history in that city, having the WWE title change hands in the UK in history. So thank God it was not going to be Jinder Mahal again. This would have been a lot easier of a pick because Jinder Mahal as WWE Champion was a joke. I can say it because I picked against him multiple times in my predictions. He was the worst WWE Champion of all time, and thank God they pulled the trigger and gave AJ the belt. He should have never lost at the Royal Rumble last year. I'm happy he is now two-time WWE Champion, and hopefully they will keep it on him for the rest of the year. So, coming from me in this matchup, this one's going to be a classic. I can see AJ definitely making Brock work to beat him, because AJ is maybe the best worker in the business. He can put on a 5-star match with anybody if he wanted to. He can go against a broom and still have a 5-star match. So, coming from me in this matchup, as much as I'm happy AJ Styles is going to win, the result is still going to be the same. I am taking Brock Lesnar to defeat AJ Styles. And those are my Survivor Series 2017 predictions. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy these predictions. Comment below. Who do you have winning all of these matchups? Who do you have between Brock and AJ Styles? Who do you have between Team Angle versus Team Shane? Let me know in the comment section below. Represent your brand in the comment section as well. I've been a SmackDown guy since 1999, so I would love to see your guys' opinion on which brand do you guys represent, Team Raw or Team SmackDown Live. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you, because comments are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching. Now, before you go, you can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, you can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later today for my New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag League 2017 predictions. Later days and peace.